this week has been another big week in the world of flight simulation. We have a new wide body airliner has been released this week, as well as an iconic Boeing that has been scrubbed for the moment, as well as all of this week's big announcements, release news and sim update news. Let's jump straight into the pre-flight and get into the video. Kicking off this week's previews and announcements, Flight Sim Studios over on the FS Expo 24 weekend announced they were developing a Boeing 727 for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and they were planning on releasing the 727 towards the end of July this year. SimWorks Studios and FS Reborn also announced they were partnering up for a Boeing 727 also, and their development was just getting started. This week we received the first update from the joint partnership team of SimWorks Studios and FS Reborn about their current development and about the joint Boeing project. The team mentions they will release the 727 for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. It will be a product for that sim, and it will include all variants, but they're going to start with the 200 advanced passenger version before moving to the 727-200, the 727 cargo, the 727-100, the 727 VIP, the oil spilling version, the fire response version, and also the 0G version. The team also mentioned they are using 3D scans for maximum accuracy and detail when it comes to creating the Boeing 727 for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. SimWorks Studios mentioned they will have more details to share soon about the project, but wanted to remind people they haven't yet used the SDK for the new Flight Sim 2024, so they're waiting to see how that goes. During the June 2024 Microsoft Flight Simulator development live stream, it was announced there will be a brand new Boeing 707-320C being developed for Microsoft Flight Simulator. The Boeing 707 is being developed by Aeroplane who have been creating many iconic aircraft for many years, as this will be another local legend. The Boeing 707 was scheduled to be released this week on July the 4th, alongside the latest city update from the Microsoft team. However, a message was posted by the senior community manager that mentioned that they apologize for not getting the word out sooner, but we have reviewed the release candidate of the Boeing 707. It was clear that the aircraft still needed some more work in a few areas, and we have decided to give the team over at Aeroplane more time to ensure a high quality release. There is no new release date that's been set by the Microsoft team, but they did mention that the 707 is planned now to release alongside Sim Update number 16. The team also mentioned that what is most important is to deliver a fantastic aircraft, and they will keep pushing it to make that happen in the coming weeks. Unfortunately, this is not great news, but in my opinion, when it comes to an iconic piece of aviation history, just like the Boeing 707, holding off the release to ensure a high standard is a welcome move in my opinion, and of course we will keep following the ongoing developments on this one and keep you updated in our next videos. AnyBuilds are set to conduct their first development live stream on the 22nd of July. The team plans to discuss all things AnyBuild, past, present and in the future, and including current and future products. One of those products they will be discussing is the Airbus A350. As we haven't heard much about the project yet, AnyBuilds have teased us and showcased some early development screenshots. Sofly offer a number of products for Microsoft Flight Simulator, catering to new pilots for the sim and all the way to very experienced pilots. As a flight sim content creator, my favorite Sofly product is Weather Presets Pro, which comes in really handy when the weather is not behaving itself and you can change the weather to be more dramatic or even to a perfect day. Other products I like to use is Landing Challenge Pro, Flight Simulator Guide, which is the manual to Microsoft Flight Simulator, the one that should have been, Storms for pilots who want to chase some of the biggest storms in the world's history, and a couple of their recent products, which is Aircraft Checklist and their new animal release for Microsoft Flight Simulator, which puts over 5,000 animals into the sim. I will leave a link in the description below or where you can go and check out Sofly products, and I would like to thank Sofly for sponsoring this video. Taxi Bouncing over to this week's release news. Last week we saw the release of the Boeing 777 from PMDG, and this week we've seen another iconic wide-body aircraft, which is the MD-11 from TFDI. TFDI's MD-11 has been released for Microsoft Flight Simulator, as well as prepared versions 4 through to version 6. The MD-11 is a wide-body tri-engine developed by McDonnell Douglas and then later acquired by Boeing. The MD-11 is suited for both short and long hauls, and with its tri-engine it can cross large areas without needing ETOPS. This release includes the GE engine set variant. However, the team will release a free upgrade later on, which will include the Pratt & Whitney engines. TFDI's MD-11 comes with detailed interior and external modeling, 4K textures, passenger and cargo variants, but if you pick one as the base, there will be an upgrade price for the second. Custom sound sets, wing flex, and numerous other animations, custom electrical, fuel, hydraulics, pneumatic, and pressurized systems, an EFB for passenger and load layout. There is many more features than what I've just mentioned here. These are only a few that scrape the surface. TFDI plans to release an extended simulation package towards the end of 2024. This package will include random simulation failures alongside a partial circuit breaker functionality. You can pick up your copy of the TFDI MD-11 directly from the TFDI website. I'll leave a link in the description below. We are on the road to hit 100,000 subscribers, and we would like to smash that milestone before the release of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 in November. So please consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell so we can make sure we win this race. And for now, we're just going to leave you some awkward silence just for a little bit until you hit that subscribe button. MX Designs released their latest airport, which is Carpathias Airport. This airport is found on the island of Carpathias in Greece and is situated on the southern part of the island, and it is 14 kilometers away from the capital city. The airport is the smallest international airport in Greece, but it is a staple of the island and a primary connection for all the other islands and several countries within Europe. Features included with the MXI Designs release is accurate model of the terminals and airport buildings, up-to-date ground layout, PBR materials, custom CGL aerial imaging, detailed handmade terrain model of the airport area. You can pick up your copy of MXI Designs Carpathias Airport over on the Sim Market store. I'll leave a link in the description below. Seafront Simulations have released their latest vessel update, which is UK Southwest. Apparently this was a big community request, so the team have gone and developed and released this one, and this release covers about 850 kilometers of coastline with many famous rivers stretching from Poole in Dorset to Sharpness in Bristol. The scenery includes over 200,000 vessels, which is the largest regional scenery to date. Features include, as I mentioned, 200,000 boats, over 400 animated vessels covering 850 of the coastline coverage, PBR models, moving and landable ships, local ferry service, night lighting, water correction, and wake and smoke animations. You can pick up your copy of Seafront Simulations Vessels UK Southwest from the Orbeck store, the Just Flight store, and the Contrail store. I'll leave a link in the description below. Taxiing and lining up on the runway for this week's Sim Update news. This week, the Microsoft team released its City Update number 9, which is the Northern Eastern USA City Update. This new update includes a new aerial imaging, new digital elevation models, and new tin surface textures. The cities included in this update is Washington DC, Buffalo, New York, Allentown, Pennsylvania, and Long Island East End. City Update number 9 is available at no charge from the InSim marketplace, and it's available for PC and Xbox. And as I mentioned in the video before, Microsoft planned to release the Boeing 707 from Aeroplane Heaven, which has been delayed to an unknown later date at this stage. Its replacement was the release of another Aeroplane Heaven aircraft and another iconic legend aircraft, which is the C-46 Curtiss Commando, as part of local legend number 17. The C-46 is a twin-engine piston-powered military transport aircraft that was developed and manufactured by the Curtiss Wright Company, which is a US-based company, and it first flew in 1940 and entered service in 1941. In World War II, it performed several missions including freighter operations, medical evacuations, and glider towing. Due to its robust build and powerful engines, it could operate in and out unimproved airfields and carry heavy loads. You can pick up your copy of Aeroplane's Heaven C-46 Curtiss Commando over on the InSim Marketplace store. Moving on to the next development live stream, which is now being scheduled and announced, and it will be Tuesday the 9th of July. We should hear more about the next world update and the next local legend, which is due towards the end of July, and hopefully some more news about Sim Update number 16 and the development of the new Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 sim. This week's backlog list when it comes to new products on the InSim Marketplace, we've seen an increase of 86 to 254. Aircraft have dropped down by 2 to 17. Missions increased by 57 to 116. Centenaries are up by 7. Liveries are up by 4. Airports are up by 10. And others are up by 10. There is no Thursday InSim Marketplace release this week due to the 4th of July Independence Day holiday in the United States of America. However, we did receive some releases early in the week when it comes to the InSim Marketplace. 2 new aircraft were released this week. The first one is the Curtiss C-46 Commando that we mentioned in the video earlier before, and the other is the COWS DA-42. Both are available for Xbox and PC. The other releases were made up of 1 livery pack, 1 environmental pack, and 5 airports. I'm expecting to see next week quite a large release for the InSim Marketplace because we missed out, or maybe we might even see a large Monday release. You'll never know. Of course, we'll keep you updated and posted in our videos next week. We are definitely excited about another big week in Flight Sim next week when it comes to the development live stream, so hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can check out the highlights video that we'll cover, and that way YouTube can notify you when that one's going to be out, and we would love to see you very soon on our next YouTube video or our next stream sometime very soon.